Hey guys, welcome to the third week. Can you believe it's week 3 already of the month of the program? One more week to go, and that concludes the program. So hopefully you've enjoyed the workouts. Remember, you can use them a couple times. You don't have to do this workout just once a week. You can use this workout a couple times so the next one comes out, and intermix them by the end of the month and keep using them throughout November. And just remember to, as we start to get closer to the season, to amp up the cardio on your own, going for some like runs or climbs, all that kind of stuff. And you can get a little high intensity in there too, and just use this as your strength mix in there to make sure those muscles are getting nice and strong. But we want to work on that cardiovascular too, which our finishers help with too, so hopefully you're getting some of those in at the end of the workouts. All right, so for today with our warm-up, these first 2 exercises, you're just going to do 1 time each, just kind of a little warming up through the whole body here, and then we'll focus them a little bit more towards what exercises we're doing the workout. So really just starting out with some side bends, especially if you're doing this first thing in the morning or after you've been sitting a while. Just reaching the arms up overhead. Feet can be together, hips width distance, and just hinging over. So making sure you're pressing your hip away from the side you're bending. As you inhale, engage through the core. Exhale, press to the other side. You want to create length here while you're bending to the side. So think about pressing through the feet and reaching through those fingertips. Inhale, come to center. And do it just back and forth a little, kind of like a pendulum. Again, pressing those hips out away from the side you're reaching. And then just sweep those arms down. We're going to start with a monster walk, and again, just 1 time through this, so you can start your timer for 30 seconds. If you have a band, awesome, throw it up above your knees. If you do not have a band, you can still do this. You're going to come into a quarter squat, and you're stepping out diagonally. So just a little 45-degree forward, 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 and you can do it backwards if you don't have a lot of space. So again, just set the timer for 30 seconds there. Just 1 time, and then we're going to take it into the more focused workout. You're going to start with walking lunges with a twist. So again, if you don't have a whole lot of space, you're just doing this in a small room, you can just do alternating forward lunges. You're going to step into that forward lunge and rotate towards that bent knee, come up, take that step, rotate the other way. So again, if you're not walking, you're just going to alternate step back and step forward. Focusing on that balance here, which I do not have much of today. All right, good 30 seconds there. Then we're gonna take it to some narrow to wide squats. So you're gonna start with those feet right under your hips, come into a squat. As you stand up, step your foot out wide. Back into narrow, other leg steps out wide. So just alternating here, narrow, wide, narrow, wide. Dropping that butt, keep the chest lifted. Then we're going to come down to the ground for a plank march. So hands under the shoulders, 1 at a time. You lower the elbow down, then the other, and then press back up. Alternating the hands that you're leading down with. So go down with my left, push up with my left, down with my right, push up with my right. And again, you can do that from the knees if you like. So those 3 exercises, 30 seconds each, 3 times. Then taking it into our workout here, 5 exercises. Today, I'm gonna use some laundry soap. Okay, so just to let you know, again, really put it in your minds. You can really get creative, use whatever you have. If you only have a 5-pound dumbbell, you want a little more, find something that's a little bit heavier around the house. Okay, sumo squat to start. So you're up nice and wide. My toes turn out, and I'm gonna hold that weight just right up at my chest here. I'm gonna bend down into a squat, knees still staying over that 2nd and 3rd toe. Come up, squeeze the glutes. Come down, and if you can here, I want you to lift those heels into a calf raise. Heels down, press up. So squat, heel raise, and up. 1 more time, squat, knees pressed out, lift those heels, heels down, and up. Then we're going to take it to Bulgarian split squat. So whatever you've got for elevation, table, chair, step, bench, like we did the single leg squats. Something, just a little something, doesn't have to be too high, especially if you're not too stable. Even just putting your foot up on like a yoga block or something, that foot's gonna be behind you. You're facing forward, make sure your hips are square so that leg is straight back behind you, not at an angle. Front knee over the front ankle. So you might have to play with your position of that front foot a couple times. Shoulders over the hips, squat it down. Again, you can hold weight here. Your back foot can be curled in those toes or flat on the bench, wherever you feel most stable. I like to curl my toes here, down and up, keeping that whole foot on the ground in front of you. All right, next, good old-fashioned push-ups. Who doesn't love these? So push-ups, full body. You're in that plank position, so you're working the abs, give the glutes a little squeeze, get those legs engaged. You can work it all. So push-ups, knees or toes, and elbows at a 45-degree angle there. Try not to make sure they're not winged out all the way straight from your shoulders. If you want to tuck in and isolate a little more on those triceps, you can do that. But just really watch for those elbows coming out wide, just about 45 degrees there. So hands about shoulder width apart. Start from your perfect plank there, engage everything. So you got that nice perfect line from heels, hips, shoulders, and ears. And then bring it down, press up. Squeeze those arms at the top, really extend them fully. Awesome. Then we're gonna take it all the way down to the ground, on our backs. You can put your hands underneath your hips here. Put that whole back against the ground. So again, you want to make sure your hand isn't fitting underneath your back there. You're pressed against the ground, meaning you're engaging through the abs. You can place the hands under the hips, legs out in front of you. You're gonna lift them up to a 90 degrees, slowly lower them down, and back up. So the whole time you do this move, you're making sure your back stays against the ground, and you're only lowering down to as far as you can without that back starting to arch. So if you get about halfway and you start to feel your back lift up off the ground and you can't engage, then that's where you're gonna stay. Don't go any lower than that if you're just arching here. Last one, skier hop burpees. So for these burpees here, we're just adding a little bit at the bottom of the burpee. So as you're standing up here, you're gonna bring your hands down, pop it back, and then 2 feet together are gonna hop towards the outside of one hand. Here, back to center to that perfect plank, and to the other side. So it's like 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So there's where your hops are. Now I'm gonna put it all together just so you see what it looks like coming all the way up into that burpee. Hands down. 1, 2, 3. Start back to center, come up in here. So you start at center and end at center. All right, so that's the juice of our workout, or meat and potatoes rather. Then you've got the finisher. We're gonna go jumping lunges, sprints, and a hollow hold. So your jumping lunges, let's see, turn my mat around so I don't get slivers on my feet here. Jumping lunges, you start in your lunge, hop, switch it. Remember, you can step it instead of hop if you need. You have 20 there. Then for sprints, make sure you've got some room. For the sprints, you're gonna go all out for 10 seconds. So not long, especially if you don't have a lot of space to work with. And you're gonna do it 3 times. So 10 seconds all out, take a quick 10-second reset, and then 10 seconds again, 3 times with the rest in between. And for your hollow hold, you're gonna come to the ground and back pressed against the floor, arms up overhead, lift the legs, lift the arms, and just holding here. 30 to 45 seconds there. If the hollow hold is too much, you can just do a plank for sure. It's still working on getting that whole core, the whole core, not just the superficial muscles or anything. So work on the plank to start and then build up to your hollow hold. So I will post the written format between each segment so you can see how many of what you're supposed to do. And yeah, I hope you guys are really enjoying this. I can't believe it's already the 3rd week, as I said. And let me know, again, like, feel free on the YouTube channel to leave comments, likes, all that. Just let us know how you're liking it, if you're getting them in, and how you feel after. All right, guys, thanks so much. I'll see you next week for our final workout.